stretches far past Donald Trump and should stretch into his voters and also the Republican Party. Listen, this wasn't 2 days building. This wasn't 2 weeks building or 2 months building. This has been building for years, going back to his campaign starting in 2015. He has repeatedly claimed that everything is against him. He talked about how this election would be rigged if he didn't win before the election happened. He talked about how the virus was a hoax meant to damage him. He talked about how impeachment was a hoax. The Russia investigation was a hoax. Back in 2016, before that election, he said that it would be rigged if he lost. His voters back then were ready to do whatever it took. Back then, we did stories on this. We talked to those voters. There were concerns about that election. He told supporters to punch protesters at his rallies, incited violence. He threatened the media, sicked his supporters against the media, Gold Star families, federal judges, anybody who he believed was standing in his way. This has been building, Chuck and Andrea, for years. And yes, these resignations that we're seeing today, great, better late than never. But at the same time, where have you been? You have seen this coming. You knew who this man was. You didn't wake up today and suddenly realize that he was dangerous. This has been a part of who he has been since the very start. And remember, these Republican lawmakers, many of his own staffers, were against him in the beginning. They called him a demagogue. They said he was dangerous in 2015 and 2016. After the Access Hollywood tape, they said they could never support him. And yet they did, and they went along. They ignored tweets. Oh, I didn't see it. They ignored statements. They equivocated. They said we were blowing it up. And this is what resulted.